So, ladies and gentlemen, we to some extent concede the fact that in the post-World War II, in 1940s and 50s, it was so important for Japan to actively dismantle their armed military forces, simply because and precisely because they failed to establish a democratic society which allowed the existence of civilian control on them. But we say, now is the time for Japan to actively introduce the military to protect their own civilians, not depending on the US military, not depending on other international organizations, and that's why we're happy to propose this motion. So I'm going to talk about two things in my speech. First, I'd like to talk about what kind of national security the Japan in the status quo should introduce. And second, I'd like to talk about what kind of international relationship and also the diplomacy that Japan can expect under the both parties. But before that, let me clarify what kind of the model we're supporting. So 3 points of clarification. First, we said under our part, what we're going to do, we're firstly going to actually change the name of SDF to the name of the military. We say that it's so good. Why? Because secondly, the thing is that because SDS only allowed Japan to reactively, negatively act to the conduct attack brought by, for example, North Korea, we say that is so abhorrent because Japan, unfortunately, in the status quo, cannot participate in, for example, collectively the self-defense and also the active cooperation with the international society to protect other countries in the world. And very, we say we are not talking about, for example, the army dictatorship. In the, for example, the 1940s and 30s, we do not support these kind of things. On the other, we are happy to let them under the civilian control, even in the status quo. The prime minister have the autonomy to control the final decision of the military forces. And also, we're going to follow the international law. We're going to follow the international laws. So, firstly, what kind of national security we can expect this Japan should introduce? But before that, yes.
If you rely on the individual military of Japan, why do you need collective security within your side, and how is collective security better achieved under your side?
Okay, you a bit misunderstood my argumentation. What we are saying is that depending on the US is so abhorrent, and that's why we say that Japan should have their own military, which Japan have their own autonomy, right? That is actually we meant the individual and independent, which is totally different to ignore anything which coming from the collective self-defense. So first, what kind of national security Japan should introduce? So 2 points of the reasons. We say simply the SDF, not the SADF, that the military itself is important. Why is that so? Firstly, we say simply the United States is not here now because they're already trying to withdrawing from Japan. They actually already neglect Japan. What do you mean by that? Because the US is obviously only responsible to the United States people because they're the leader elected by the United States and to protect the United States, right? Sit down, please. The reason why they actually protect Japan is that they protect Japan as long as Japan is a strong, super strong partner in the past. But now it's not true. Look, Trump and the Bernie Sanders, who seems to be, who would be the candidate, and also who can actually represent the majority opinion in the United States, already saying that we should stop the military support to Japan. And also, look, the North Korea also shot the missile to the sea of Japan. But what they did is didn't anything but saying, oh, Korean and North Korean guy is bad. Only things, right? That is actually why we said that we cannot depend on the United States. Now, but secondly, we said, okay. The secondly, we said that principally, Japan should have the responsibility to protect their own civilians. If they are depending on the United States, they can do anything because SDF is only allowed to negatively react to protect the citizens, right? They cannot preemptively tackle to the North Korea even though they declare that they're attacking Japan. We say that's so abhorrent. We say these kind of things are feasible. Why? Because first, as I told you, we already established a democratic society. We're not living in the army, diplomacy. We have the civilian control. And second, we say Japan already in the top 7 military spending countries. We say therefore, we actually ensure that skill, we already have the knowledge about what kind of strategy we would have of the military. But quickly on the second argument about what kind of international relationship we can expect under both parties. 2 points to talk about. First, we said we can concrete the relationship between the countries around Japan. What do you mean by that? Because in the position side paradigm, Japan cannot do anything just depending on the United States, just depending on the benefits brought by the other country. We say that it's so abhorrent to directly crack down the reciprocity in the relationship. For example, in the 1990s, the Gulf War, what Japan will do is just sending the money, even though the many countries try to protect the Kuwait, and that triggered the massive number of the criticism and xenophobia from the country, from other countries to Japan. We say this kind of thing will never ever happen under our paradigm, because under our paradigm we can have the multiple options and also participate in the collective self-defense. But secondly, we say under our paradigm we can actually erase the fear coming from the China and Korea. What do I mean by that? Because they might say that under our paradigm we can still stimulate the xenophobia coming from China. We say it's not true. Why is that so? Because the reason why China or okay, I got it. I will finish it. The reason why the China and Korea unfortunately stopped the list the fear is that Japan do not have any capacity and opportunity to erase, to prove that they are not radical now and do not invade China. We say on our paradigm we can actually militarize again and show the long-term relationship. We are happy to propose and welcome to KDS. Thank you.